So let's see. It's me and the two walkie-talkies. There's one for one hemisphere. Let's call it American hemisphere. And then there's one walkie-talkie for, I don't know, let's just say Russia. So now which is where they hold all European, Eastern European, and others. Okay, so here we are in the two hemispheres of whatever, linguistics. I'm still the same person that I was at 4 at SS Sorcery and Sorceress. I'm still held captive in the life of nothing, no pay, no anything, considering there's some black mill miracle mile, right, that has access to all of my files before it happens. They refuse to pay for it. They refuse to acknowledge me in any kind of manner. They refuse to help my very real situation, which is kind of funny because a black mill operative, being black ops, that's what they call us, right, for black budget projects. Right, yeah, we're the actual assets of this plan. Right, so what happens is we tax the institution, I suppose you could say, for the tuition that they use to educate themselves as to the tax and toll bill that we hand over in order to collect funds to keep the black budget and the assets. Yeah, here I am, number on the fucking bill, right? So now I'm just curious, all area stupid fucking useless human in charge of that level. Where, like, we send out reports from Blackmill to all areas stupid fucking useless below to help the one good person in charge that communicates with the asset department that's willing to help, because we only employ one of you at any given station. Because the rest of you humans we can't fucking trust. So we'll communicate with one of you at each station. Lots of responsibility. Yeah, well, so's being number one above you and having 42 years just dissipate and everybody rely on you, bill you, and then leave your actual ass hanging out of somebody else's chaps and just like pretending like, I don't know why the bills are going up. Yeah, I don't know. Right. Yeah. Okay. So here's how this one goes. So I'm talking right now to Hemisphere America and Hemisphere, whatever the other one's called. And so, because we're like on a ball and it's cut in half, it's like an orange and it's cut in half, right? Yeah, okay. So we're putting the orange together for one last time because we did this when I was 4 years old and expected a lot more out of you stupid fucking useless things that call yourself important. All right, so here's the thing. The one man I was born for at the top of SS, whatever, size Soviets, Vlad, it's Vlad. It's Svetlandia and it's Sven who own the alcove, ALCOVE, for the coven, COVEN, for the whole whatever we do. So now I'm just curious, when we send out reports, you don't want to do anything to fix your area underneath the one station commander that we speak to. They want to do absolutely nothing. They don't want to fix anything going forward to help the very real. They don't want to fund anything to help the very real woman, right? And then some of the other non-performers, let's call them, of station managers, since there's several of you, we'll call you like a 10-layer birthday cake. Oh, man. Usually birthday cakes in America are indicative of some candles and someone carrying a cake over to where you're sitting and singing you a song in like celebration. You made it another year. You didn't die. Yay for you. Right, yeah, okay. So, except where my birthday cake came from, I haven't celebrated a single one. I'm like another year where nobody even like fixes the day-to-day ops. I mean, I'm the number one bill and toll collector. We call it bone collector where I come from. Right, so then some asshole at underneath, I'm going to say it's not the station managers, because that's a real fucking problem, but somewhere underneath station manager, they're like, why are the reports coming out so bad? And like, what's going on with the bone collector and the, right, you're in charge of bone collecting. I'm just in charge of the reporting for the billing errors, for my whatever, that you don't seem to be taking seriously at one situation to fix a whole lot of, confusion. So, now, let's think about this. All right, so the reports keep coming back like bill after bill after bill. 42 more years after you already fucked up the 2 centuries worth of bills before. Then you humans came up with some kind of like, oh, well, if this is what the foreshadow says, let's start putting hooks into some kind of, we'll just pay ourselves forward and try to avert the billing department completely at like bullshit artists, like we're pretending to be spiritual artists. We are not. We are Satan's, like, whatever. I mean, like, real fucking pieces of shit, right? Trying to put it off from their lifetime, get away with everything, and then just pawn it off on a future generation. Yeah, we frown upon that at billing. I'm just letting you know. I mean, and taxation and toll collecting. When we have our 4-year-old Soviet SS meeting with the station managers and told them ahead of time, right, what their asses were on the line for and how to fix the one little size 4 Soviet, meaning the female, right, for the other size 4 Soviet, meaning the male, right, we spelled it differently so the 4s wouldn't get confused, right. And then we expected billing and the station managers for the one billing department, right? Look at that. To get the bill collectors together so we weren't taxing and tolling at such a high rate and we could start to balance without having to be deceitful and casting new problems into the future, right? Yeah, we wanted to like roll that process back and actually fix and balance out things, balance out the books while we're here, right? Yeah, okay, so that was Vlad and Nicole's, right, size Soviets in our holy romance with humans, thinking that we could be together and love each other and that you would actually participate in a manner that was useful. We were sorely mistaken. So now there is, let's see, think about this. Okay, so some asshole station manager or below came up with this new accounting measure. They're like, well, now how do we know we're all taxed at the same rate? Right, yeah, we knew you were going to ask that. That's in one of the like haphazards. Like, this is going to cause a massive demonstration and devastation around the world that it's going to be hard to explain to your people when you already had an advanced and you actually like pointed the pointer in this direction and didn't want to fix it, which is why your bills kept going up and then you like don't want to take response. Yeah, we've been watching you for a long time, station managers and below. So, they decided to say, they said, okay, well, if we have a genetic in the Black Mill Miracle Mile that nobody knows about except for us at spiritual artists and the ones who get the reports and the bills, if we just give her a paper cut, right, PAPERCUT, right, yeah, here's the thing, you know, like how it's like really quick when you get a paper cut, like you're not expecting it, and then it kind of hurts and it stings. Right, okay. Now, imagine we use the PA, the People's Anatomy, like blackmail system at SS, we're only white with non-venereal disease in the eye, right? Because we don't really focus on the money, we focus on health, safety, and welfare, right, of the star people, so then we don't get overtaxed at anything below in junk genetics, right? So when the star person, the number one that sends out all those billing reports, right? When you purposely put through a paper cut and it goes through 9 to 10 layers of security, right? And pulls her genetic picture, which is actually her conscious genetic quantum whatever, through your layers of security in billing just to check the rate of her flesh burning through radiological field, and make sure that it was all at the same burn rate, and then comes up on the report exactly the same way to ensure that the numbers on your actual paper report, which regular paper looks kind of like this, right? This is paper, right? Different than a paper cut at Star People SS level, right? Yeah. So just for you to get some ink and some paper, like manual books that you could walk around with and justify your incompetence with, right? And blame it all on the people at the top, right? Yeah. And then you take no responsibility for the station managers and all the shitbags that had the manuals and did nothing at all to fix the very real problems, right? Yeah. Okay, so when you pull a paper cut where the star person's genetic literally burns off of her face, and then oh my god it reappears, and then burns off again, and then oh my god it reappears, and then burns off, just to check the rate of burn, to make sure that your report, your paper one, the one that doesn't hurt as much, right, is accurate. There's a real fucking problem with communication and leadership and the mental capacity at which the world is functioning and running in this dysfunction. I'm fucking tired of waiting.